Recap the win on Saturday. I thought it was a big step for our program. 3 tough losses, quality opponent coming in. I felt first of all, I just want to give my guys credit for executing the game plan, breaking their pressure, sharing the ball, and defending, which is, what I hope the teams that are here under my leadership do. Share the ball and play defense, and I think we'll win a lot of games. So 23 assists, 26 baskets, and then defense hold them down. We held them to 58 points, which was our goal. And again, just thankful for the win. And what we talked about before that game was playing as hard as we could and trying to play the right way. And we felt if we did that, good things would happen. And I thought they did. And again, I think we did a good job on their leading scorer, which we have done this year with people's leading scorers. So, big week for us. Home game a Wednesday night. I think a team, in some ways, from what's happened to them, very similar to us. They lost in double overtime at home, lost in overtime at home. Games they could have won, I'm sure they say should have won, just like we say, but didn't win. And how they've handled that, they've handled it well. They're still playing hard and competing. And, got to give them credit for that. So I think they're a quality team. I think their record does not say who they are or how good they're playing. And like us, I think they've gotten better. Even in their losses, they've improved as a team. More athletic team, as good athletic team as we've played with Jones and Ewing, and then their forwards, off the bench. Is it Taylor and Johnson? Athletic drivers. Just a good team. Nelson off the bench is a quality big, and they're playing Liskins as a starter, and he's getting better and better. So I think we're playing an improving team. I think we're playing a team that is better than their record in the league. Great question. I asked my team. We talked about it. We talked about it in our meal in the morning. We talked about it at shoot around that morning. I tried to convince my guys that if we come out and play hard that first 5 minutes, and we spill it that first 5 minutes, we're going to be okay. Don't have a hangover from the losses. Don't have an effort problem from the losses. We know we're close. And, what's happened to teams in the past at every level is you lose 3 close ones, and then you don't quite have as much grit, and toughness the next time out. And I thought we'd started the game with some grit and toughness, and that's what we were hoping for. So, yeah, I like my bench. I love Johnny Bryant coming off. I love Luka Durcha coming off. Luka has a tendency to play physical and get fouls. He's had 2 fouls in the first half as a non-starter. So now if I start him, I think I lose something there. Now, I ask him not to foul, but I don't want him to not play physical anymore. I don't want him to not compete like he does. He's one of my toughest guys. So I think because of that, he still fits into that sub come off the bench guy. With Kim getting healthier, you've got Johnny Bryant, Luka Durcha, Kim Tilly off the bench. I think that's a very good 3 guys. And then Morgan Grimm has played productive minutes for us. So, again, 4 guys coming off that bench that can really help us win. And, when you have a big guard like Luka, that's a tough matchup, tough matchup for them. So I was a passing game guy in high school and college. I got to Michigan State and worked for Judd Heathcote, and he was all sets. Then I went to the pros, and it was all sets. And then I went back to Michigan State, and it was all sets. So I think it is an influence from Michigan State. I think it's a Rudy T influence. I kind of give it the same thing I give my defense. I say my defense, our defense. I think our defense is a Rudy T, Tom Izzo hybrid defense. That's what it is. I think our offense is a Rudy T, Tom Izzo hybrid or whatever. I'm into golf, so I'm into those hybrid clubs, man. But so Yeah, I would say both, I guess. I'm a big believer in putting guys in situations to be successful. I have a little bit of fear of when I played in passing game and have seen the passing game that the guys you don't want to shoot get the shots. Now, there is a little misconception in basketball. I think, I don't know where it came from, but I do not dictate the shots. The defense does. What I try to do is get my guys in situations where we can create a positive look, whether it's a pick and roll, maybe you have the roller, maybe they help to the roller, now you have something on the weak side, maybe they don't help at all and Koepke or Luka or somebody drives down the lane, which has happened this year. So I try to create a situation where I think we can be successful with the set and then have my guys play out of it. And that's what we work on, that's what we talk about, and I think that's the way to play. I just believe in that. Now, you could ask my assistants, they went from 6 plays last year to, I don't know how many we have this year, But, again, they're all specific. They all work off each other. They're all within a set. We only have 10 or 12 sets, but there's 5 or 6 options per set. And, again, it's about the reads and the decision-making. And we try to counter what the defense does. If they leave Luke, we're going to try to throw it inside on a roll. If they jam Luke, we're going to try to drive the ball. If they help from the weak side, we're going to try to skip it and make plays and then drive the gap. So it's a read similar to passing game, but it's not passing game. I've been very hard on Luke, as you all know. And on my conference call today, somebody asked me, what have you done to get Luke Neville to play as hard as he's playing? And NBA people have mentioned to me that how hard he's playing this year, and I've been very honest with him, very upfront, but he's taking more ownership in how the team does, just not how he does. He's in better shape than he's ever been in his life. That helps. And I think he's being held accountable to a higher standard, and he's responded. And it hasn't always been easy for him, and it hasn't always been fun around here for him. But, anything worth anything is going to be hard. And, I think he's impacted our defense. The system is built around him defensively. We push people to him. Offensively, the system is built around him, our spacing. So, I let him know that a lot, that we've made this system to try to have him be successful in it and also add to what the things he does well. And if he plays hard and competes, he's going to be successful. And I think it's working. So, we're the number 1 defensive team in the league, field goal percentage defense, and I give him a lot of credit for that. And then if you look down the list, every guy on my roster has improved defensively. Kim Tilly is a very good defensive player, very good. Sean Green has improved immensely. He's become a man right in front of our eyes. Lawrence Bora is a defensive player now. Luka Durcha is a defensive, tough, stopper type guy, big, strong. So in the system, those guys have all improved, but they've also taken ownership of it. But it starts with that big guy in there who gets a lot of entitlement and better not abuse it, to me, is what it really boils down to, and I think he's done a good job doing that.